Okay, so I am wanting to just sort of check in, right? So, right. So I was going to write a post, but I thought, no, I'll just do a video and then that way you can, hear somebody talking rather than reading my words. So I had a photo pop up on my timeline on my phone today, from a year ago today, and it was a photograph that I had took of myself or taken of myself, front, back, side profile, because I had reached a point where I was like, I really want to try and shift some weight. So I started doing Weight Watchers, the Weight Watchers that I used to do, or that I did successfully, mind you, after I'd had my first child, who is now 19. So 19 years ago, I signed up to Weight Watchers. That's something to talk about maybe in a different post. But anyway, so it worked for me back then. And I did manage to lose a stone before I fell pregnant with Ruben. And it worked again after I'd had Ruben. And it did work a good bit after I'd had Benjamin, but it certainly took me a lot longer. Anyway, so this photograph came up on my timeline, and I had sent it to my sister and showed her, and I was like, I can see a change in me from then. But I thought, do I do a side by side? Oh, this is how I look now. And I decided, no, I don't want to do that, because this is actually more than just, okay, I look that way and I look differently now because I've done X, Y, and Z, exercise and on all that kind of thing. This whole thing is to do with my hormones and my mental well-being, etc. Because of the age that I am and being perimenopausal, and I haven't hit menopause yet, but I definitely have or had a lot of the symptoms that can come from going through or coming up to menopause. So that is what I decided that I wouldn't share. This is how I look now. Yes, I did share over the time period, what weight loss I was experiencing and the inches that I lost as well. And I am pleased to say that since I started on the low carb and keto way of eating, which was in April, I have had a massive change there, especially around my middle. I seem to be the kind of person that carries their weight all over. If I gained weight, so a bit of fluff. So like a lot of people might have said to me, but you don't look that way. If they ever told them how much I weighed, you don't look that way. But yeah, I was that way, and I'm still. To me, it's like I would like to be a little bit lighter, but I know from when I've not been well, going back to eating disorder stages, I don't look. It's not a nice way to look when I've lost the kind of weight that I would like to be at. I know I won't look healthy, and I feel healthy, and and so yeah, I am happy with that. But I wanted to also share, and I'm going to put it in a post, a comparison of what I was eating when I, a year ago when I started trying to lose the weight, what I was eating, as in how many calories I was setting my target at, but also, thanks to this, it also shows you how many calories I was burning. And then when you have a look at what I was burning and what I was eating, there is a huge deficit. And that is why I wasn't losing the weight, because I went 3 months doing the Weight Watchers, and it was like 1,200 calories a day. And then I was also doing all the kind of exercise that I still do just now, although just now I have increased my weight training. Although I have slackened this last week in that. But, it is definitely a part of my routine now than it was a year ago. And to think I used to do weight training for years before that. I attended the Ladies Who Lift, which was a class in the town here. Actually, I don't even know if that's still going, but if it is, I might quite fancy going back. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, my calories that I was taking in, I wasn't even sometimes hitting my daily target because I thought, oh, it'll be even better, I'll lose weight. You don't. You don't. It's so good. If you can get if you can get one of these, great, that tracks what you're burning each day, you can then make sure that you are, if you're wanting to lose weight, to eat in a calorie deficit, but no more than 350. I would say personally, and I'm not a nutritionist and all that kind of thing, so please don't take my word as gospel, but I would say no more than 350 calories under what you burn to be in a calorie deficit. So as you can see from that one day that I am going to share in a post, I was eating drastically under about 1,000 calories. Yeah, maybe, about 1,000 calories less than what I should have been eating. And it's just crazy. It's like, but this is what we were taught. This is what we were told for years. You know, I go back to like the Weight Watchers, which was 19 years ago. I joined the Weight Watchers, and it's low fat this. And you know, low calories, make sure your calories are down and all this kind of stuff. But it's like we were just pumping ourselves full of chemicals with all the, you know, the artificial sweeteners that they put in foods instead of the fat. If they take something out, they've got to put something else in to give it some flavour. But the difference in now, when I eat so much healthy fats in my diet, but I eat so much more, and it's like I'm never starving. The only time I'm starving is if I've forgotten to eat. And that's another thing. I used to be like, I would be eating at like 2 p.m. and thinking, well, that's great, I've starved myself all morning, and now I'm just going to eat something really light. And then you would crash by the evening because you'd end up like having biscuits and bread and toast and butter and or whatever. You know what I mean? It was like just so messed up. Anyway, so I'm not going to show this is what I look like now, because that's not what this is all about for me. But definitely I will do some sort of update by around about April, because by April it'll been a year that I've been following keto cycling, and it will be interesting to see how I am, because obviously this month I'm trying to sort out my night sweats. So like the alcohol has gone bye-bye again. It's just like, I have a problem with alcohol. It gives me night sweats. Yeah. So I do miss having the cheeky little Prosecco at the weekend. But hey ho, it's fine. I can save it for a special occasion, and you know, that one time isn't going to cause any problems when it comes to my cycle. But anyway, so just now, that's what I'm doing, and I think I'm at day 9 before my period is due, and it's usually around about day 7 that I'll start to notice the night sweats. So we'll see what happens over this this month. Anyway, I hope everyone is well. Thank you so much for following me and supporting me, and I hope that my posts are encouraging and that I maybe inspire you in some kind of way. But the main thing is you have one body. You got to look after it in the best way that you can. You know, I know some people do have illnesses, etc., and they have no control over that. But what you put in you and what you feed you definitely affects your body. It will, you know, it'll affect you in the long run. So do all that you can to cherish what you've been given. It's a beautiful gift. It does, you know, obviously we're getting wrinkles and things like that, but you know, it's still a precious gift that we've got. So love it and look after yourselves. Okay, ta-ta for now.